I am SHINJIITSU 369 in Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, examining the full hidden potential system of Indomitable Fighting Spirit Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. This is one of my favorite units, has some of the best card art in the game, the way that the effect is swirling around him, not to mention the way that they've animated this aura, man. I love this unit, defensive unit. Be sure to leave a like if you find these hidden potential system videos helpful. This way, someone else who may have not seen the video, the more likes you leave, the more potential it has for another person to see the video. Let's jump into what he's doing, because he is an effective character in this game. His leader skill is Super Saiyan 2 category, Ki +3, and HP attack and defense plus 170%, or Resurrected Warriors category, Ki +3, HP attack and defense plus 150%. I love Super Saiyan 2. It's my personal favorite Super Saiyan transformation in all of Dragon Ball. Next would be Super Saiyan God and then Super Saiyan Blue. But Super Saiyan 2, my favorite transformation. It was the best transformation. It was said to be the most effective way to use the Super Saiyan power. Also Resurrected Warriors, which is helpful. This Vegeta did die and he came back to life. Though it is strange because this version of Vegeta did not die. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. He's Resurrected Warriors leader. His super attack is the Final Flash. He's raising defense for one turn, which is by 30%, and causes immense damage to the enemy. He's pretty good damage. He's usually like around 3 million on his better teams in this form. His passive skill is Will for a serious fight. Obviously, that's what it's called because whenever Goku came back, all Vegeta wanted to do was fight him. Goku had 24 hours. Vegeta did not give a damn about Majin Buu. He did not give a damn about the world. All he cared about was fighting Kakarot. So the passive skill is as follows. Attack and defense plus 100%, plus an additional attack boost by up to 60%. The more HP remaining, so the more HP you have left, the greater the attack boost. And then there's an additional defense boost up to 60%, the less HP you have remaining. So the more HP you have, the more attack you have. The less HP you have, the more defense you have in this form. Then he gets an additional attack and defense plus 30% whenever you obtain 3 or more Ki Spheres, which is pretty easy and simple to get in various events. Now, it says he receives a boost from Babidi Sorcery, aka Babidi takes over Vegeta and gives him the Majin face tat. It says whenever conditions are met, and all the conditions are whenever you're facing one enemy and their HP is 80% or more from the 3rd turn from the start of battle. So that's a pretty simple condition whenever he turns into, you know, Majin face tat Vegeta. He's also powerful, don't get it twisted, but let's go back to the other Vegeta because his links are different. Whenever he's in Super Saiyan 2, his links are going to be Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan. This is Saiyan Pride, Royal Lineage, Prepared for Battle, Supreme Power, and then Fierce Battle. So Supreme Power is that Majin Buu Saga category link. Actually a pretty good link. Not a bad link at all. So that's what Vegeta is. Once he goes to his tattoo artist, Young Babidi, and he gets his face tat, his links are going to change a little bit, but so does his passive skill. So let me just change over to the links first. Let's just get that out of the way. Now, the only thing that changes is he has Over in a Flash instead of Prepared for Battle. Even though I wish they would have got rid of Supreme Power and kept Prepared for Battle, but he has Over in a Flash. Then he could have had both, but whatever, it is what it is. Now, his passive skill is going to change up. Now he's attack and defense plus 120%, plus an additional attack boost up to 77%. The more HP remaining, the more, and then defense up to 77%. So when you're really, really low HP, he's going to be great defensively, especially if he's guarding, because his attacks are effective against all types when you get 3 or more Ki Spheres. He guards all attacks with 6 or more Ki Spheres obtained. So he's really, really good. He's really Ki hungry, so you're going to have to set up the team in order to get him some Ki Spheres. But once he gets those 6, he is a monster, especially if you have low health. So that's what he does. His super attack also changes. It's still the Final Flash, but now he greatly raises defense for a turn. So now instead of 30%, it's 50%. He causes immense damage with a 50% chance of stunning the enemy. So this version of Vegeta is a big boss man. Big boss man, taking a big dub, boss man. Let's get right into his hidden potential. Let's say no more. His hidden potential is pretty simple. Because he's a defensive unit, you certainly want to give him and prioritize additional super attack. The more super attacks he can get, the more defensive he'll be. On the top right, we opted for the blast. Obviously, we want to power up his super attack as much as possible. We opted out of the being more effective on being, whenever you have type advantage. Then we have him at 90%. If I had him at 100%, I would opt down here, not for the recovery, but for the defense. This Vegeta is key hungry, but he's not going to get enough, tech orb, a whole bunch of tech orbs often enough in order for that to really come in handy. In the top left, we've invested, of course, additional attack, and critical hit. He naturally gets a 10% chance to perform a critical hit out of the potential system, just because he has a 5, being an STR unit. So I powered him up to 8 in the top left, and then down here in the bottom right, of course, more additional super, gave him a little more crit to get him to 11, 22% chance to perform a critical hit, and a 38% chance to perform an additional super attack. I like him being there. I would give him a little more additional, but he is defensive. I think that is a good place to put him. I opted for evasion. Instead of giving him the 3 evasion out of the hidden potential system, the reason why I wanted to use an item for that is because 3 evasion is a 3% chance, where 3 critical is a 6% chance to get crit. So I figured, I always need tech equipment. And they never want to give me like a lot of tech additionals, or I'm sure I'll receive them in the future, but I haven't received a lot of them at this moment, tech criticals or additionals in silver. But I will be getting these evasions, so I will use these evasions, and this is a perfect opportunity to use them. I've also given him defense just to make him a little bit more effective defensively. If I took off the 300, he's still over 11,000, so it's not that big of a deal. I could give him an attack, and he'd be over 18,000, or some health, he'd be over 16,000, but I'm opting for that defense because whenever he is guarding, that defense is going to come in clutch. I'm going to experiment around with him a little bit more and see more how I feel about it, but for now, that's how I'm thinking about his potential system. If you decided to go less crit and way more evasion, I understand, because he's super effective on all types whenever he's Majin Vegeta, and you only need 3 orbs to be super effective. So you don't really need him to be getting a bunch of crits. I have him getting the crits because there's a lot of times where, he doesn't get those 6 orbs. Also, those crits come in handy whenever he is super effective, 1.9 times that damage either way. But let's say that you wanted to invest, just give him his 5 natural and then treat him like the new STR Super Vegeta, and then just pump up his evasion, let's say to 10. That is viable. Just make sure that you prioritize additional super attack. At the minimum, you give him 15. Whenever you get the Extreme Z Awakening and the Extreme Z Battle for him on Global, use this guy as the friend. He defends excellently. He's wonderful. Maybe yes, I'm going to do a video on that, and we'll go into stage maybe 8, 9, and 10 of the Majin Vegeta event. But anyway, we're not going to do that now. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the Immortal Zamasu, but I just want to see how many attacks he can get. If my investment, after 3 turns with him being on rotation, can afford him an additional super attack, not just an additional attack. Let's go ahead and fight Zamas. I also want to show the friend Vegeta, who is rainbowed, has also invested pretty similar in his unit. 22% chance to crit, and he's got 20 in his additional. That's fair to not give him evasion. I think just giving him the chance is fair because he's a defensive unit, but I understand either way. Let's see if he can get 2 super attacks and some critical hits. But we're really looking for 2 super attacks, and we're going to give him one more turn after this because he's not going to be able to go to Majin Vegeta. There's going to always be 2 enemies. Vegeta's stat was also looking really good last turn, 3.5 with the support. 3.3. He doesn't even have Fierce Battle active, but that's his only link that's not active. There's 1. Okay, he didn't get another one. No crit, no additional. You got 1 more chance, Vegeta. The only link we don't have active now is Saiyan Pride. So he's still going to be looking good offensively, but all I really care about is seeing some crit additionals. So let's see some crit additionals, 3.28. There's 1. Let's go. Okay, so that's another attack. I feel bad for him. We'll give him 1 more shot, but if he fails, then hey, it is what it is. It's all RNG, so he's not a bum if he cannot get 2 super attacks. But it would be nice to see with that 38% chance, 3.54 with the support. It's your last time, Vegeta. You can smack him around all you want. No matter what, he's still good defensively. That's how I would suggest building his potential. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.